Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first part of the highlights of the FRAG Champions League Round 1. Today we will be looking at the best plays commentated by yours truly, and we're going to start right off the bat with Matthias versus Linkll Perth. Starting off with game 1, we have Matthias versus Linkll Perth. Both players are playing pretty aggressive teams, but the focus today will be on Lincoln's Poker Hunter, using strong power, huge range and burst ability to destroy enemies from afar, but also properly engaging and disengaging from combat in order to take down both the enemy's offense and defense, but also the enemy's bunkers and eventually towers, culminating in Lincoln's victory in game 1. Game 2 isn't going to be much different, with Lincoln picking up easy prey from afar with his Poker Hunter. There will be, however, a bit of a comical situation where this Poker Hunter gets challenged by the enemy Desperados, forcing Lincoln to make a hasty retreat and a bit of a panic move that costs him some momentum. But fortunately for Lincoln, even the craziest of shenanigans will not deter him from winning game 1 with a strong lead. So congratulations to Lincoln, you deserve that one. Moving on to game 2, where things get a bit more tense between Nidoray and Iselin, again with very similar but equally destructive teams. It does look like Iselin is going to take an offensive and defensive lead early, being able to quickly rush to Nidoray's tower almost unopposed. Unfortunately for him, Nidoray isn't going to let him win that easily, at least not at first. Nidoray tries to make a strong case for comeback, both destroying the enemy's defenses and bunkers. But even despite this amazing offensive reaction from Nidoray, this unfortunately won't be enough, as Iselin already took the huge momentum advantage to take game 1 from Nidoray. With a strong victory under his belt, Iselin jumps into game 2, taking down the enemy's offenses, abilities once again, and looking to make the same kind of rapid rush that secured him an early victory. This time, however, Nidoray isn't going to let that happen, at least not so quickly, switching back to defense with Paku against 3 enemy offensive characters. And while the odds don't seem in his favor, and he does lose the bunker in the process, he's going to be able to neutralize the offensive threat coming from his Iselin. Let's say he got a little push of luck, eh? Defense, however, is now over for Nidoray, with his tower exposed and a Lucha sitting on it. Things are more tense than ever. Even though he has taken the offensive advantage, Nidoray still has to be very cautious about where his forces end up. And this strong mixture and switch between attacking and defending will allow Nidoray to take game 2. Game 3, to finally determine who the true winner is going to start with another strong action-reaction kind of dynamic between the two players. But this time, Iselin is going to take the advantage, even going as far as letting Nidoray's Lucha wreck his base, knowing he has more characters on the offensive. taking both enemies' bunkers less than a minute in. He's going to try and settle this one as quickly as possible. Indeed are able with Paku, however, won't let that happen, at least not that easily. And once again disposes of Isgonrain's entire offensive army with just his Paku and a little help from the poker. Then Neither is going to make his own rush to the enemy tower, but turns back to face the Genghis, which will unfortunately cost him his offensive momentum. He'll try to regain it with a really strong rocket jump. Very advanced strategy, we don't see it often, but unfortunately for him, his Gunrain's poker is going to be able to defend, and his Paku is going to be able to take the win. And with this ends round 2 with a strong 2-1 victory for Isgonrain. Moving on to game 3, we have Meatball against Skywalker, both of whom are willing to unleash the power of Striker. Unfortunately for Meatball, it looks like he's on his quick way to defeat as Paku destroys his defenses and forces him to defend with Striker. However, after a very good defense, Meatball is going to try and attempt to make a comeback, taking down Skywalker's own defenses thanks to Striker's really powerful offense. But unfortunately for him, that won't be enough, and Skywalker will take game 1. Game 2 is going to be a bit different, with the Striker duel determining a lot of the match's outcome. Meatball takes an early lead. Skywalker, however, wishing to repeat his quick rush from game 1, will be met with the enemy Dr. Frost sacrificing himself to defend the tower and ultimately allowing Meatball to win game 2. Game 3 will have another Striker duel. Meatball won't be able to get rid of the enemy Striker this time, but will still make the case for a strong offensive push. And even though the ball is on his court, Skywalker's Striker will eventually fall. Meatball, with this huge offensive advantage, is going to try and take out the enemy tower, even clearing the way for the rest of his team. But Skywalker's Pocahontas is there and defending. It's going to be a tough situation. Both of them can easily destroy each other. Quite huge caution. But Meatball is going to win this duel. And even though it looks like he's going to win uncontested, here comes the surprise enemy Striker. Unfortunately for Skywalker, this won't be enough, as Rick Rock, well, he just rocks, winning Meatball his game against Skywalker. What an amazing comeback that was. And last but not least, we have JTR against Lex. Both of them using Desperados, but also a little bit of something else. Lex, for instance, decides to bet on his Cybercop's ability to literally shred enemies with ease, ensuring a strong defense even against the likes of Desperados. However, JTR's Desperados is not to be underestimated, clearing out any offensive threats, but also making short work of the enemy's defenses. Lex, however, won't let JTR walk over his base that easily, and even though JTR makes a strong push for offense, Lex's defense is going to remain steadfast as ever thanks to this really powerful Cybercop. Now the tides have turned and JTR has to defend. Even though Virus is a strong character played by a likewise strong player, it will unfortunately not be enough. Cyber Cup defeats Virus and Lex takes game 1 with a Paku Rush. After a very close game 1, we jump into game 2 with the huge focus on Desperados. Really powerful character with strong stun mechanic. Disabling him could ensure a potential victory for Lex, but JTR's Virus is also very deadly, taking out a lot of offensive threats as they come to destroy JTR's base. He's even able to pick some kills from afar on the enemy defense thanks to Virus. But unfortunately for him, Lex Desperados is just too powerful. And after some back and forth between Rickrock and Desperados, Lex is going to decide to sacrifice Desperados just to take down the bunker.
Order confirmed.
A couple of more exchanges where Lex decides to go full on offensive, using Lucha's huge tank ability and damage to try and take down the second bunker as quickly as possible, putting JTR on the defensive. However, JTR's Desperados remains a threat that cannot be ignored. This being said, Lex manages to take game 2 thanks to another Paku Rush, with most of his base completely undamaged. The Virus isn't going to be enough, unfortunately, JTR. Your base is going down, and it's going down to Paku. Congratulations to Lex for some close games and a 2-0 victory over JTR. And that is it for the round 1. Round 2 is coming soon, with incredible matches coming from the other players you have yet to see. Stay tuned!